Alright, well we are getting
But
joins to the server here. Play for Fun
Awesome.
and QET. Gonna be facing off here. Play for Fun is on the blue team. So far we've got Demo, Revox, and Massacre. Looks like
And
Diablo. He's over on red because he was warming up. I'm really curious to see what Revox brings, because we have seen him the very first night that we saw Play for Fun. Revox, he was the guy making that amazing play coming through the teleporter on Hidden Fortress. He was totally not seen, and he blew away 2 guys nearly before even anyone took a shot at him. There were 4 people in the room, and he blew through 2 of them. I mean, it was, you know, that was one of the matches I casted with Wheat, and he was like, why is he still alive? Like, what? You know, it's just, there's just no way that he should have survived as long as he did and did as much damage, but it definitely worked for him. So I'm looking to see, you know, if he can be sneaky like that again today, and help Play for Fun rack up another set of wins.
So we're still looking for a couple players from QET. Now it looks like we're going to be seeing some of the Play for Fun guys, or at least one of them, have to sit this one out, because I'm seeing 5 of them in the server right now, unless Diablo's playing for QET.
Don't give away the strats, man. There we go. Here comes Bio Boosted. Alright, well, that's going to fill up the rosters on either side. Let's go ahead and run them. On Play for Fun, we're going to have Demo, Diablo, Revox, and Massacre, as mentioned before. Over on QET, we got Colossal, Nvidia, and Masita, and Bio Boosted. Now, I think in this matchup, from what I've seen, my money is on Play for Fun. Because as much as they play for fun, I think they're here to play for keeps. And I really like the shots that we've seen out of Demo, and as I said, Revox making some great sneaky plays. We'll probably see that again. I'm wondering if we're going to see Hidden Fortress again. Because I know that's a favorite between both of these teams. They did play this on the opening nights of it, so we might see that again.
Yeah, I'm definitely going to have to sway a little bit in favor of Play for Fun here, because what we saw from QET, some very solid play, but I noted there a certain lack of consistency. So who knows, maybe things have changed in the week, but right now I'm definitely going to say that Play for Fun is going to have a certain edge at this point. But of course, I could just be jinxing it right there.
Probably. That's okay. It wouldn't be the first time that we've called something and had to go the opposite way. I want to talk a little bit about sort of the future of esports. It's one of my favorite topics, and definitely something that I don't know if it's just me, and I don't think it's just me, but I have noticed in like the last week, Fish Six and I were talking about this, how there's been something streaming or some sort of tournament, some sort of event going on steadily, pretty much every single day this past week. And then on top of that, you know, yeah, it is kind of big to have the Intel Extreme Masters. That's part of it. But I love the coordination that we're seeing. Like today, we saw 3 times on the broadcast of the ESL coverage of the Intel Extreme Masters. We had 2 good calling out and saying, hey, by the way, check out DJ Wheat Show, because Carmack, the guy that's organized the Intel Extreme Masters for ESL, we're going to have him on that show. So there's a lot of sort of cross-pollination between these crews, and I'm really enjoying that, because I've constantly been a guy who has wanted sort of a more the merrier setup when it comes to, especially Quake Live coverage, but even other games. I mean, I have a certain distaste for Counter-Strike, but I'll still enjoy watching a cast. I'll never badmouth a broadcast of Counter-Strike. It's just not my thing. But I love the fact that we're kind of seeing this. It's no longer this. Oh well, we're going to be covering this event and we're not going to share any of that goodness with anyone else. It's going to be hours.
Yeah,
it seems like that's gone. It seems like.
I'm going to repeat myself from earlier today, and I'm like, guys, can we stop competing until there's actually some money to compete over? Because all we're competing over right now is just ego stuff.
But well, let me take it further and say, even when money comes in, if it ever comes into the picture again, although I actually have some doubts, but if that ever does happen, then even in those instances, I think that there's a way to find sort of this cooperative way through that sort of commercial venture, because especially with a game like Quake Live and of course StarCraft 2 looming on the horizon for a lot. I think a lot of shoutcasting services are looking at that saying, "Oh yeah, we can't wait." But even if money enters the picture, yes, there might be some competition for who gets to sort of cover a particular event. But I love the way that we had, for example, Live on 3 kind of getting the plugs on the ESL, and rightfully so, because they had an amazing show today. I mean, anyone who watched the Intel Extreme Masters, they were missing something if they did not see DJ Wheat's show, because it was a fantastic set of interviews. They had players, they had Too Good on there. They had Carmack, of course, organizing, who had organized the thing, and of course they're setting up to try to get Cooler on for with an assumption that he's going to win big, and Cooler or Rafa, I think is what people are kind of leaning towards.
Bring up a different side of that is the fact that whatever game you're talking about, no matter how small the community, there's going to be that one oddball guy who's like, hey, I want to stream this stuff. And now because of Ustream, that's easier than ever. But we're really starting to find each other in a way, and I've been noticing that in just the past couple of years, is that we've really started to talk to each other. Like, no matter what the game is, we're going to have some common ground in the fact that we're covering this stuff.
Right. And, like, I understand the desire to kind of try to get the biggest events and things like that. Like that makes sense. There's always going to be that sort of rivalry there, but I also, for example, see room, especially in online tournaments, where I have absolutely no problem with multiple shoutcasting crews covering the same event. I think it comes down to, the viewers they're going to watch whatever they favor. If they like our stream, they're going to watch our stream. If they like Gamefire, they're going to watch Gamefire. If they like DJ Wheat, they're going to watch DJ Wheat. So it's not really a matter of, kind of trying to get that exclusive deal, but it's more about, I just really see an environment where there's so much mutual benefit whenever we kind of plug each other's stuff in addition to our own.
Now, we're going to get started here pretty soon, so I don't know how much more time we have, but I did want to ask about the kind of structure of the way esports goes right now. Of course, we have the sponsors, we have the leagues, and whenever I try to imagine this, we're still kind of somewhere on the bottom tier as far as the professional stuff goes. I mean, we depend on the leagues running well for us to have stuff to cover. And so if the leagues don't run well, we're not going to run all that well either.
Well, part of me disagrees, because props to QLTV's Fear, the Goonies, Gibbs, I think maybe even Kane, but slowly but surely our guys are kind of stepping up to the plate, because you've got like a need for Quake Night admins, you got a need for Bibs admins, and who's getting it done? Quite frankly, QLTV staff is really making a presence in a lot of these leagues, because we want it to happen. And for whatever reason, some of these leagues were not really running terribly smoothly. So, props to our guys for taking the time. And it just comes down to, honestly, we're here, we love the game. That's what it is. So yeah, better leagues, better shotcasts. I mean, honestly, I feel like a Papa John's commercial right now. Better ingredients, better pizza. Yeah. And we all get to drink Kool-Aid.
And that is significant because
the
first actual shoutcasting company, which has now branched off into companies like Gamefire, was for tribes.
Yeah, and
so
I guess I do tend to forget that.
You see,
I do forget my
Fish will get you on that one.
my tribe's lore. Yeah, Fish will